right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the CSL Grand Finals for CSGO. It's the semifinals here today between Baruch and UCLA. And UCLA just started out with a bang as they upset back on Inferno, taking their own map pick, granted, and now we have to see them shape up in the second map on Overpass and see if they can do it once again to finish the series off.
And again, Overpass was the pick of Baruch. It's a map that they were quite good on during the regular season online playoffs. They were 4-0 on Overpass. This map a little bit tougher for UCLA. I think they were 2-1, which still isn't bad. But again, it's hard to read too much into like map pools because every team here has played like every map at like between 1 and 4 times, and pretty much everyone has a winning record on every map coming into this tournament, the way competition shaked out. So again, hard to read too much into it, but certainly already a good game for UCLA to take Baruch down on Inferno. Of course, it took all 30 rounds to do it, but still, that's a big win when you're playing up against the likes of guys who have played in the pros, who play in MDL. You know, the highest league that the UCLA players have ever played is like Maine in ESEA, so that's a big win to get. Their team play really shining through in that game. I feel like there was a lot of times where Baruch looked really disjointed, looked a little bit lost trying to do things together, and you could tell, even they self-admitted that, hey, we don't practice together a lot, and you could tell, like it showed that they were a little bit sloppy at times. Yeah,
definitely. Just a lot of the communication issues, things like that, and just general strategical issues as well, especially towards the end there, with trying to figure out how to counter some of the aggression that they were going up against from UCLA. Clearly, they proved that at the end there, that they were the better team when it came down to the clutch situations, communication proving to be a little bit better for them, and allowing them to take the victory back on map number 1. Now, we were ready to start a second or two ago. However, it looks like there was just a slight issue with the config in the server, so we're fixing that now.
Yep.
And then we should be able to begin the second map here on Overpass.
And again, Baruch was hyped up as a team to win this whole thing based off of like their online performances throughout the season, based on the fact that they won last season of CSL. They won those LAN finals, and they have, you know, like I said, just a lineup of very familiar faces in the NA scene to a lot of people. Again, 4Shot used to play pro in Source, MDL and CSGO. Toy used to play pro in CSGO. Food's like kind of a guy that's been playing in the MDL level as well. And people see him like on FPL and things like that. So again, a lot of experienced players there. And again, I think coming into this tournament, a lot of people expected them and Robert Morris to be in the finals. But UCLA has kind of snuck in, I guess, our first upset of the tournament by getting that one on Inferno. And now all of a sudden, we could see Baruch maybe even going out in the semis, which I think would shock a lot of people, especially against UCLA. Like, if it was RMU versus Baruch in a semi, maybe you would understand them going out top 4, but against UCLA, they're expected to make the finals for sure, and they looked really labored on Inferno.
Well, guys, it looks like the players are pretty much ready now. I think we've got the issue fixed, so we can jump back into the game and take a look and see how things are going to rock and roll here. Once again, UCLA going up against Baruch. Baruch bringing quite a bit of pedigree to the table in terms of the players on their roster, but UCLA taking the first map against them over on Inferno, and now they're looking to close it out on our second map here on Overpass.
Indeed, again, this is a map that Baruch picked and they've done well on, but again, this is a map that takes a lot of team play. Takes a lot of being able to work together more so than other maps, and so that could haunt them if they're not prepared.
Let's see who wins the knife round here. It's a pretty decisive knife round, to be honest, here on a map like Overpass, considering the side differentials, but UCLA takes it, so they're going to get their side choice to start off the map, and more than likely will choose to switch over to CT side, I believe.
Yeah, this is one of the maps in the rotation that are still quite CT-sided, in my opinion. Maybe not as much as it used to be, but definitely still one of the maps you expect bigger numbers on the CT side. Like double digits on CT side is pretty common, especially at least 9.
They're staying T-side, actually.
Oh, okay.
I just saw it.
Interesting.
So let's see how this goes, because that means, I guess that would mean that they're confident on T-side, though. They've got a plan for it, so.
Maybe. Be curious to see if they have any cool tactics or something like that on Overpass. Maybe they've watched some Astralis demos. Maybe they got something for us. It's definitely the team to watch on Overpass.
Well, let's see what they've got for us. Of course, it is the second map. It is potentially time for the Bruins to look to shut this series down, and if not, it'll be time soon to move over to a third map if Baruch is going to be able to strike back here and take control of their own map choice. On the opening pistol, like we said, Bruins starting off on the T side. They are going to send quite a few players over towards Monster, but no actual commit from that position just yet. They're instead going to head back down over here towards the fountain, I think, to clear out any aggressive CTs. Maybe just get an extra kill or two in their favor. Obviously, wouldn't hurt to find that, but it's not going to be the case. I think now they'll wrap back down, group with the Monster players.
Around the world strat.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Heavy numbers upstairs into bathrooms with pistols actually pretty common on T side. That's what they were going for at least making sure that no one gets any information on what's going on across the map, which is great. Now they are going to rush B.
Here's Toy looking to just try and delay this as long as possible. Play off of intel. He's only able to get one kill going, but Versace snuck out another one. Food as well is trapped in a back position, but overall UCLA comes out in the dominant position now as they get control over the B bomb site. Gimp, Oni Chan, and Scott Sterling looking to hold on to this, and you've got 4-shot. Meister looking for the retake. Meister's still actually quite a while away as well. And a 4-shot, it's going to get sent into a fight that he may have not been ready for. Regardless, the two of them will push back in. They can't manage that pit player, so it's UCLA that take control after the opening round here for map number 2.
Yeah, it's just great for them to like push A like that and then right back around. So that means like you're going for a 5-man B push, but you're making sure that no one can actually push A and flank you through connector really, or just get early information for a quick rotation. You're ensuring that you're getting a 5-on-2 on the B bomb site basically. And they do convert it, so they're up 1-0. They will get a couple AKs, make that 3 AKs in fact, and 2 SMGs. Head armor across the board. We do see Baruch with the typical upgrade pistol armor buy, except for 4-shot, who's of course saving for the AWP. They do get aggressive in the short B this round, though. They do have a 4-man stack on the B bomb site.
And of course, UCLA playing just as slowly to watch out for this. So they'll have a pretty passive opening on the T side here. Then it's going to let players like Toy start to push forward.
That's the big thing. With Toy pushing through long A like this and getting intel, it means they can keep that 2-player short B position. But once Toy goes down, they'll have to come off of that.
Yeah, and there's the pickup right there, and you can immediately see the rotate coming out from the Baruch players. Meister along with Versace going to be the ones that end up moving back up. For the Bruins, though, not too much delay for them, just trying to set up smokes before they move into the site, but they did give enough time, at least for the Baruch players, to successfully rotate up. They're going to be here. They're going to be a force posing against them. Good utility, though, is going to prevent them from doing a whole lot. They're pretty well restricted. Gosu finding his own opener against Versace. And now for Meister, he's already been pushed way back down to the bottom of the garbage steps. Is sadly not going to be able to do much else. Same will be true for probably the rest of the team. Food's in the best position to do anything right now. That smoke's faded away, but look at the post-plant positions. They're all back out towards short, although this is quite aggressive from the Bruins. Gosu's got to be a little bit careful not to overextend. Thankfully, manages it very well. I'll just eat my words right there. And 4-shot is now left alone. The round goes to the Bruins, and as long as 4-shot doesn't pick anything else up, it's a clean round at that.
Indeed, they survive with 4, so that means they're building up their economy quite nicely, and Baruch are going to have to take a full save in this one, so 3-0 is very likely. And I like their utility usage there on the A-bomb site. You know, not only do they put up the common smokes you would use to block rotations, but they also put down a Molotov on the truck, or Optimus, which is a very common position for CTs to play around a smoke to try to deny a bomb plant. So I like the fact that they're taking care to not like leave any gaps or any vulnerabilities in their play.
Oof.
But somehow a USP push has caused 1 kill, but hopefully not much more than that, you would imagine. And yeah, there you go.
They're taking good control.
Normalcy has been reestablished.
Versace, some good damage there, but now leaves Choi alone in the world. And sadly, is not going to be able to find much more beyond that. UCLA, the 3-0 start is found for them, but now instantly we're going to see the buy from Baruch. They do have the capability to go for the op buy too, so we should see that come into the picture, and there it is from 4-shot.
Yeah, a little bit low on utility, and they also don't have any kits. So again, if you get into a retake situation, not having kits can be a problem. They do still have enough incendiaries to stop like a monster push or anything like that early. And it is definitely UCLA not looking to go default. Normally teams open up 3-1-1, so like 3 towards A, 1 connector, 1 B. It's like the most common opening, but they're going straight into a set piece over here on B.
Yeah, they're just going to go directly for it. Toy ready to take the fight as well. This is just a shutdown right now. Food and Toy just ripping apart the entire execute. I don't really understand what the plan was here for the Bruins, because they don't even get close to getting out onto the site. Not a whole lot of utility even used on the entry there to try and get them some semblance of control beyond Monster.
Yeah, I mean, they had a smoke on the site itself, and they had a few flashes come over. I think they were saving utility for, like, post-plant. So once they got the bomb down to maybe, like, Molly smoke off Heaven and, like, Graffiti and stuff like that. But Food just shut them down instantly. So whatever flashes they threw were not effective. So quick response from Baruch once the guns come out. Now you will see 4-shot looking to get aggressive with this AWP early by Fountain. It does find Gosu right away, and we'll be able to get out of there before he can get traded.
Taking him down, of course, and for the Bruins, well, they'll start their push forward. It's actually going to be Gimp that finds a sneaky little kill downstairs from right outside of Monster. But 4-shot still causing havoc, overextends, but this gives another opportunity for Meister to do some damage. He moves in, picks up 2 kills. And that's going to leave Gimp alone in a 1v3 with the bomb also dropped on the ground at short A.
Yeah, very chaotic start to this round, but it is Baruch who weathers the storm a bit better. Now have a 3-on-1, and they still have that bomb down. Not sure if they still have vision on it or not. I think they do. Yep, we'll try to see what he can do. Got a lot of time, but again, he's got so many odds against him.
Just looking all over the place for some kind of advantage he can get, and there we go. There's the initial win against Udickmeister. Still has 50 seconds on the clock as well, considering how early most of this action happened early in the round. So Gimp still has plenty of time to analyze the situation and look for the clutch, and I'm relatively sure if he just goes straight through Monster, he's going to have a clean walkout onto the site.
Yeah, he knows if he goes Monster, he'll at worst have a 1v1. And he knows he has a chance to maybe perhaps get a plant because the two are playing together on A. So this is a really smart maneuver in the 1 versus 2. He does have some utility as well to perhaps block vision, like if he smokes sandbags or mollies it. Got to be careful, though. He's starting to run low on time, and if he's not careful, he'll have to commit to a bomb plane. He'll just die for free. He's trying to clear everything, though. He's kind of surprised no one's here. Great molly.
Probably Smooth just rushes right past it, and he's going to be able to shut it down anyway. It's Baruch with another round as they start to pick things up relatively quickly after their opening gun round, finding 2 in a row and now looking for the 3rd. And it's also going to be the round that brings UCLA to the brink of their economy. One last force buy into this situation that will get them a decent buy, and after this, it's eco time.
Absolutely. This would cause him to have to take a save and Baruch a chance to go ahead and take the lead. 4-shot again going for that aggressive op pick. Won't see anything, but that's still great information. It allows these 3 players to commit to playing B together for now. This 4-shot knows there's no early A play going on. So again, it's all about information gathered, not always about frags. So we do see Bruins taking control of short B. So perhaps staging up for some type of B execute right away. They do have a lot of utility to use. Last time when they went for a B hit, they didn't really use it that well in the actual execute stage of the round, but maybe this time they'll change it up.
Either way, UCLA is certainly looking for a solid execute onto the B side of construction. Pretty much no monster presence from them whatsoever. Scott Sterling looking for the first entry kill, but just can't find it. The rest of the team is all kind of shuffling around over here towards Monster. After we've seen that peek from Scott, we'll see Baruch just end up smoking off the construction angle here.
Yep, they're doing a great job slowing down Bruins and forcing them to like kind of reroute in a different direction. But Sterling does get a kill on the toy on the edge of that smoke right now, and that means they're going to bring the bomb back. They were actually thinking about going connector to A, but with that entry, are now going to go for the B hit. They overwhelm Versace. It's just food left. He does get 1, but that's it, and that's not enough. 4-on-2 now with the bomb going down.
4-shot and Udickmeister all that's left, and Udickmeister's still rotating from top A, so it's going to be a couple seconds before he's in position to do anything. In fact, 8 looks like he's heading back up. They're going to give up. 4-shot was just hoping for an exit kill here, and that'll be the end of it. It's UCLA back on the board, and they're going to go up to 4 now.
And the money is rough right now for Baruch. You know they won 2 rounds in a round. Last round they only survived with 2 players, so 3 had to rebuy. And so you can see the effects of that. 4-shot with $0. Udickmeister with only $350. Versace only $500. So these 2 guns being saved is critical. Whether they want to buy around, it's going to be the big question. Toy and Food do have enough money to buy something around these 2 guns. They could very well just go upgraded pistols. But yeah, there's so much money on Toy and Food, you would expect them just to go ahead and buy him for armor, and you know, it's just tough luck basically for Udickmeister.
Looks like he's going to end up just the M4, but they still end up with a pretty decent buyout overall here for Baruch, so still easily having the capability to shut down the Bruins, especially with that double op setup in check here. But regardless, the Bruins are going to kick up the pace this time. They're going to try to do this execute before. This is where things went wrong for them previously, but the flash is good on opener. Versace is not caught, however, back by the toxic barrels, and Food also opens up with one of his kills too. Trade starting to come back in now. Food missing an op shot will die to the nade, bringing us into a 2v2, and the CT's quickly starting to rotate down, getting up towards heaven here. He's got to be very careful. He's got the plant, but he's also got eyes all over him right now. He's going to use that smoke to successfully transfer his position over towards construction. But don't get me wrong here. He's still a very delicate target, and the majority of this post plant is going to come down to Oni-chan more than. He's he's going to get spotted as well. Leg down to 16 HP. It's not looking good for the guys on UCLA, as Oni-chan is quickly brought back out by the pole. Ghosts are going to have to make a flash push back into the site to try and stop the defuse. Sprays into it. No!
Oh, so close,
Doesn't get
man.
the kill. I'm not even dead either. Just failed to pick up the kill in time, and even goes down after the plan as well to Unikmeister.
That was so close, man. So, he just ran out of bullets. I thought he was going to get that for sure. Well played on the execute. Knowing that there wouldn't be a lot of utility to stop a monster push, they just run through. Somehow weather, I mean, they got wrecked at first, but they got the big kills to get the bomb plant, but just lose the 2-on-2. So a very tight first half here. UCLA is still able to buy. They have a chance to reset Baruch, which would be massive.
It's got to be a strong round from them, though, as they're also about to be broken, I assume. Split overall. It's got the Bruins very, very detached at the moment. However, they are going to start grouping up, mainly towards the short A position, but they've got a little bit of aggression on long, too. And this is where Unikmeister is going to push out, gets himself the opening kill, and quickly see the rest of the players from Baruch that were out of A long also start to fall back, too. Gimp mainly looking to just make a little bit of noise down here in the B-bomb site.
It's the first time I've really seen any semblance of a default from Bruins. And Gimp does get one kill into B, but that's it. Does get traded. And now 4-shot finds Scott Sterling as well over in the middle. That's bomb down.
Yeah, worse, they don't even realize that Unikmeister is back over by Flower Pot, so Oni-chan left last alive. Goes down to him, and Baruch tie it up now at 4-all. Both teams locked in a dead heat right now. And like I said before, both teams were also at a breaking point on that last round, so I'm pretty sure we're looking at a save here from the Bruins. Just light pistols being bought.
That is the expectation. Some CZ armor on Gimp and Gosu. Deagle, no armor on Oni-chan. Scott Sterling also springs for a CZ with no armor. 4-shot, again, aggressive peek at Fountain with the AWP. Gets the information, lets them play triple B. That's really the biggest thing. Like, I feel like Baruch's been able to stack B every round just because of 4-shot being aggressive at A and no one putting presence on A for the Bruins the bulk of this half. So it's just free information and like easy stacks.
Rest of Baruch still kind of patiently waiting for the push. There was no reason for them to get aggressive on this round. They decided to hold it back in its entirety. There's 3 guys posted up towards A. Even the B players have been allowed to get relatively aggressive now as they wanted to, but have decided against it. Nice little banked flash from 4-shot. It's not going to lead to much, though. He does pick up his first kill eventually, swings back around after being dinked, missing that one. Finally gives Pancake the pickup on a kill for him, and now he's got the op to play with, but he's lost everyone else. He's going to make the very smart decision to just get rid of the op, cost Baruch at least the extra money of rebuying it, and now just hold off in this position here to last as long as possible.
Definitely better to do that than to try to go for the hero play of winning the round in that situation. So well done, and they will go over there and realize that there's no op to pick up. So it is 5-4. Baruch have won 5 out of the last 6 rounds, and now they have the lead. No AWP has come out still for UCLA on their T side. Still favoring 5 rifles and utility. 4-shot again, up to the same. No good. Does get flashed off that time, though. Doesn't find a kill. And because he gets flashed off, he actually doesn't know what's going on. So they can't as easily stack B, but they still are for now, with Toy actually pushing into short.
Bruins are right into the B site here. Food ready, all the infantry on the challenge. However, they give them a lot of room before they actually start shooting back. And that's going to cause the trades that we see now. But nobody checking over here towards construction, especially with the smoke starting to grow back in there. That's going to hand over another kill back into Baruch's hands, bringing us into a 3v3. And still keeping Toy at full HP back by construction. They still have to worry about him as well.
Yeah, not expecting that third player at B is going to be their demise, perhaps, especially with Crazy Pancake only at 4 HP, but he could flank the flank, so to speak. Watching out for, but he still gets the headshot. Now it's 2-on-2. There's a chance for the Bruins.
So they're going to look to hold on here, try to tie this up at 5-5 again. 4-shot looking a little bit hesitant to move back in. They're definitely doing a good job of restricting Crazy Pancake, but Oni-chan is yet to have been spotted yet. The Molly's not going to be able to force him out in the corner. It's still a corner that they should check, however, upon going up to the site. However, he's going to jump out first, picks up the offer. Down's going to go 4-shot. Unikmeister now looking for the 1v2, and he quickly knocks them both out. Does he have enough time, though?
I think he does. Just has it.
I think he's short. No, he gets it. So Baruch find yet another round and continue to hold on to their lead at 6-4.
That's such a tough spot because the Sandbags player, of course, was smoked off, so he didn't know if he was defusing or not. Now there's a big pillar in Omnichan's face, so he doesn't really know. So he starts to push up because there's panic spray through the smoke going on. And Omnichan pushes the smoke. They try to push together, but they just didn't have the timing quite right to pinch him properly. So he wins the 1v2 clutch on the Baruch side and extends the lead. Now double op set up for Baruch, and Versace this time the one taking the aggressive A position at Fountain. And he gets the kill instantly on the Crazy Pancake. Chasing him, though, does get the kill. That's a big one.
Gimp already moving in for one pickup against Versace as well. And now Unikmeister, he's got a great position to try and do a little bit more damage here as well. Very aggressive, but lines up a double kill. And now looking for one more to add to it. He's going to get it. Can he make it 4? Let's find out now as Scott Sterling's down at 2 HP and Unikmeister does it. Gets a massive 4K, holding that position just outside of the connector steps.
And that's literally how come Counter-Strike can be called a game of milliseconds. The fact that the way he came up mid over towards connector, like the player that would push Fountains just missed that vision. I think it was Gimp. Like, you would think he should see that, but he just so happened to push the bathrooms right before. And so the connector players think it's clear. It's not. Unikmeister able to get a big round. So now Baruch really building a nice lead at this point.
And that's going to keep Baruch well in control of the situation as well. The Bruins, though, they've got another buy, but it's basically bare minimum AK buy here. No utility, quite literally no utility on any one of the Bruins' players. They just have the rifles and their own aim potential to win this with. And Toy, that's got a great flank opened up against them. Was waiting for more to peek back out, but he's still going to be able to line up a nice little double kill there. Knocking out Gosu and Oni-Chen. Gimp trying to find the trade, but even if he finds it, it's still a 4v2 that the Bruins are looking at coming back from now, and that's considering that both Scott Sterling and Gimp are incredibly split up.
Big kill, though, from Scott Sterling on the food, and Gimp comes in as well and hold the phone for a second because now it's a 2-on-2, and the likelihood of this going the Bruins' way has increased significantly, and it keeps rolling thanks to Gimp, but it's all down to the 1v1 now.
Plant hasn't even happened yet either here, so he's going to give 4-shot. Plenty of time to get back out through CT. Scott, did he see him on cross right there? I don't think so just yet.
Now he knows.
The shots are coming back in. The Molly's going to force him out too, and in the battle, Baruch will end up taking it once again as it comes down to the clutch. 4-shot, pushing his team up to an 8th round now.
Some of these rounds have been so close, by the way. Like, think about that other round on B that came down to a player for Baruch winning a 1-versus-2 clutch, and then this came down to a 1-versus-1. This very easily could have been, 6-6 instead of how it is now. And when you factor in the economy impact that could have had, it could have even been more in the Bruins' favor than that. So even though it's 8-4, I mean, some of these rounds have been nail-biters, and this could easily have been a much different half. And there's still a chance here for the Bruins. 3 rounds left to try to get something more out of this T side. Remember, they chose to play this side first. And it looked good at the start, but now we've seen Baruch catch back up.
It's a little jump from Food there as well to try to get an opening kill. Will miss his opportunity, but 4-shot does him one better. Picks up a kill from inside of the connector, eliminating Scott Sterling this early on. And now, I mean, Baruch have to go for a full rotate down here. They've seen the push towards Monster. They've seen the players in connector. The signs are written on the wall, but for some reason, they're not ready for the push when it finally moves in. Gosu that was going to get caught out by Food. Toy helping out there too. Food's corpse will get sent flying as he's finally knocked out by Crazy Pancake, and the nade is going to finish off Oni-Chen, which means it's only Crazy Pancake left alive in the 1v2 now. He knows he's got a player to deal with at Heaven. Dodges the flashbang. They don't actually know he's this far pressed forward inside of the pit.
He just has no health, though. So as soon as even if he gets 1 kill, as soon as he's spotted, he's done for. And he has to go plant the bomb as well. So as time ticks, as long as Baruch are patient, he'll have to walk into the site, and that's when it's over. He's looking for a play, and he gets caught by 4-shot. And these early AWP picks from Baruch has been what's been most devastating for the Bruins. Like, I feel like they've been in so many early 4-on-5 situations because of either Versace or 4-shot kind of getting aggressive at founding and finding something. And we've seen our first timeout of the entire tournament, I think, here. And it's a good time to use it if you're at UCLA. Again, some of these rounds have been so close, though. You kind of hurt for them a little bit because of how much differently this could have been. But again, Baruch playing a great CT side. Again, the early op aggression has been key, I think, for them.
A bit of attack pause being taken here, I believe, by the Bruins. Just need to analyze their situation. The money's there once again. It's been that way for a while now, where they've been in a capacity to just buy into this one because Baruch has been kind of running over them for the past couple of rounds now.
Right.
All they really need to do is sneak through one more round here, and I think they're still in an okay position. 10-5 coming off the T side is still very easily recoverable on CT side, especially if you win the pistol round. So they just need to try and find a way to put together one more round. 11-4 is obviously possible too, but it's going to be a bit more of an effort to come back into the game with that.
Yeah, they will buy up.
It's just a half buy though.
Yeah, I mean, they'll basically buy to give themselves a chance, but not handicap themselves for the last round of the half. So good middle of the road approach.
Sache getting aggressive, however, is going to give himself away early on to Scott. And now the rest of the Bruins are going to start pushing back in. They've got their opener. They know they have what they need now to get into this bomb site. Now they just need to hit those final few executes to be able to get the bomb onto the ground. But there's hesitance. It's only Gosu that actually ends up running out. The rest of the team is nowhere to be seen still. They're still hanging back in Water and Monster. When they lose their teammate, they completely give up on their pursuit at all of trying to get into this site.
Yeah, now they have to kind of figure things out. The bomb's transitioning back over towards Monster, looking for a boost, actually, looking for a gimmick, looking for the hope that someone's standing in the wrong spot and they can just get a free kill, which would be perfect in a round like this when you have so little to work with. A free kill would be so valuable, but they will not find it. In the meantime, we do see Ani Chan starting to push out into middle, starting to try to get a little bit of space to work with. He'll be joined by his teammates here soon, including the bomb carrier. A little bit of action from Gimp thrown on to B to try to hold people in place.
It's not going to work out, though. He's instantly peeked by Toy and knocked out a few seconds later here. 4 shots ready to take on the challenge. Back up on the A site, too. He's going to rip them apart as he finds 2 pickups. Of course, his teammate helping him out in the process, but it's 4 shot getting all the glory as Baruch get into double digits before we head on to the final round here.
Yeah, 4 shot having a big half, 14 kills. Food right next to him also with 14, and Udikmeister with 13. So it's been good stuff here from Baruch, but the Bruins, they do have a nice buy here. This is the first time they've had an all game when it comes to the very last round. Will Ani set up for an A pick? No, he's looking for something at Monster. Thing is, Baruch has never really been peeking Monster. If they're aggressive at B, it's always been short, really.
More recently, they've been doing it, though, but I don't think they're going to go directly for the peek on this round because it's usually Toy that does it.
Yeah, Gep just sneaks through.
That's awful with CT smoke, too, we should mention.
This is a weird angle Food has, though. On top of the barrels, definitely might not expect this.
He knows something could have snuck through there. You can see him going back and forth every once in a while there. He's ready to fall back. Yep, sees the nades now. He's going to panic a little bit here. Kamali is going to force him out of his position. Gosu also getting that first entry kill, too. Udikmeister looking for the trade, but now loses Versace all on his own. Finally picks up the final, gets the finalizing kill against Gosu there, but overall, it's still just a run over from the Bruins as they get quickly into the B site. And finally, it's a successful take with minimal losses, too. It's brought down the Baruch roster to just Toy being left over. Instantly gets the quick headshot against Crazy Pink to take him out. He's not going to be able to take it any further, though. Oni-chan knocks him out, and the Bruins do finally pick up one more round at halftime here. 10-5 is going to be our scoreline.
They do fit one more in at the very end to at least be competitive from their T side. But again, man, like, at least 3 rounds could have been Bruins just because it came down to 1v1s and low health and, they got good kills and got bomb plants. So, yeah, I really feel like they're probably going to walk away from the half thinking, man, we probably should have at least had 7 instead of 5. Give us one of those clutch rounds and that has a way different. But still, like you said, 10-5, not the end of the world, especially if you can win pistol here.
So let's see if they can indeed do that. If the UCLA roster is going to have their chance to be brought back into this game early on, or if Baruch finally has got their momentum going from here, if they're going to be able to shut this down and take it swiftly to a 3rd map. It's an all-knuckle brawl over here inside of the connector. Right now, neither team is really winning yet, but with that kill, the Bruins take a massive advantage. Toy, again, on point with his headshots. The problem is, though, he's got to right for connector and try to win the 1v2 as the bomb is on the ground inside.
Jump peeking the window to try to get some information, but none given.
He does see the player on steps, though. He's figured out where 1 is. And he can probably make a pretty good assumption on where the 2nd's going to be positioned at as well. Good play with the positioning here. Trying to use the door to the best of his capability to try and swing in. Because, yeah, he knows that other guy's in the corner. Sadly, still going to be able to take him down. As Gimp has a massive pistol round. 4 kills on it. And that now gives the Bruins the potential to come back into this game relatively quickly. However, Baruch should be force buying here, considering they didn't get a plant. So they are still in the hot seat for at least this round.
It's one of those fire scenarios where both teams push the same exact spot at the same time right at the beginning of the round, so you have a really quick clash. And it is UCLA who comes out on top. Baruch will go ahead and get those upgraded pistols and armor in this round, having gotten no bomb plant to save for an early buy. And again, connector presence here from the Bruins really early. Ooh, Orshot clears it.
And Onicek.
No, what? Not even the kill. Okay. Still, though, not enough. Not even close to
He should have
enough.
traded both of those easily.
Yikes.
So Scott Sterling is left alone in a 1v4. One that should have been a little bit more palatable for him to win. First of all, he should have had Onicek still with him. And one more member of Baruch should have been dead, but things go from bad to worse as well. He's also picked to defend the wrong site. Baruch are going to end up walking directly into B, and Scott may just have to look towards a save here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like,
there is nothing he can do.
No utility, no kit, 1v3. You've been reset, and you can definitely make a lot more use next round with that M4. But, okay, he gets one kill. Still, though, has to work fast to find two more if he's really going to go for this, and it's going to be so damn difficult.
He's got no kit either.
There might be one down somewhere, though. I don't know. Maybe that's why he's going for it, because he knows he can pick up a kit somewhere.
This is still such a reach, though, considering that he has no clue where those guys are positioned post-plant or anything like that. There's such a low chance of him winning it. So he does end up giving away the rifle, and that's going to cause a complete wipe of the board for the Bruins here.
Yeah, at least they'll be on the same buying schedule, though, coming up. And, you know, they'll have to take the save here, obviously.
But if they decide to save it, which they won't.
Yeah, they'll go for the force.
So we end up in the force war now.
Yeah, that was really crazy what happened to Connector at the beginning of that last round. Just absolute domination from Baruch. The trade just didn't happen the way you thought it would for UCLA.
Scott, nice lineup, though. Quickly just deleting food on his push from Fountain.
That was nice.
This explains why Baruch were held back so much, too. They were being cautious of this. They still sent food out on his own, though, so that leaves pretty much zero room for the trade.
Yeah, it's not like the Bruins can go collect that gun or anything like that, though. But still, they have the man advantage early. They have short B control with 3 players, actually. They will send one back to A. They might do a bait setup at long A. They have one pressed up on the flower pot wall, and they could have one like peek it from back. But actually, no, it's just Scott looking for another 1D. Does do damage, peeks out, does a lot of damage, actually.
It's tagged 4-shot twice.
Yeah, 4-shot only 22 HP now.
And he took 0 damage.
That's actually insane that he didn't get tagged there.
That's obviously more the faults of Baruch there, but still impressive. He's been able to dish out nearly 200 damage without having anything sent against him. And both of these fights were direct contact as well. This wasn't him hiding at a cheeky angle.
This is a cheeky angle, though.
Ooh, it just barely works, too. The problem is he's got to run away. Now it's Crazy Pancake trying to do some work with Beagle here. And Onicek still on the run. Not going to be able to make it out in time. Everyone else except for Gosu has been wiped off the board. And now it is just Scott Sterling. 3rd kill potentially going to be found on the Deagle. There it is. Picking it up now. Just one more. He can make it a 4K and a clutch at that. And he does it. Scott Sterling with an amazing round. Brings the Bruins right back into the fight.
Scott Sterling. Using the good way this time. He's not in a PK shootout, gotten pounded by a soccer ball in the face. He's the one dishing the blows. 11-7. What a big round from UCLA right there. And like you said, now it is a true force war. Until someone can string together a couple in a row and force the other to concede, we're going to see these types of rounds.
Bruins have to be careful to shut this down as quickly as possible because long term this still favors Baruch in 2 aspects. Both in that the scoreline will remain relatively the same in terms of an advantage and just serve to push Baruch closer to 16 rounds, and eventually Bruins will run out of money. They're going to run out of money first. There's no way around it.
Nice little bait setup that's going to go on here at long A as well.
No, never mind. Still has time to come back into it, but he's only able to put 1 kill together. Now Scott needs to find more trades. He's able to get 2 at least. Keeps the numbers advantage going, and especially considering he got a dink off on a food to bring him down to 4. Now these other players from the B site need to quickly rotate, though, to get into position. And thankfully for the Bruins here, Baruch is giving them plenty of time to complete that rotate.
Yeah, food on such low HP, though, right now. Just 4 health to his name. They do have 2 AKs at least, and they do have the head armor on Toy. They're going to rely on him quite a lot. They're up against 3 SMGs. There's actually no one on the A-bomb site right now, which is not bad. I mean, at least these 3 players are making sure they're playing together. They do have a kit. That gives them a little bit more of an opportunity. And again, they have like a huge health advantage overall.
So after laying a bit of a misstep from the Bruins there, Baruch do eventually sneak up to the A site and get control. As far as utility is concerned on the retake here too, the Bruins have a little bit, but not a massive amount to fight, especially considering they're going to have to go up against Toy close up. It is brought down to the 1v1, and Toy just dominates it. Basically 1v3s that entire round on his own. Very well done, and it keeps Baruch in their seat of power now at 12-7, with the Bruins being broken again.
Indeed. And they're just going to force right back up. So the slugfest continues. They're each dishing jabs at each other, but who's going to land that right hook? Who's going to be the one that finally knocks the other to the ground and makes them have to kind of go down the count for a little bit before they stand back up?
On the rabbit hole we go, as Baruch looks to try and close this out by finalizing their advantage. And the problem is the Bruins are so far committed into this this force war now that if they lose it, they're essentially going to give Baruch a ticket up to like 14 rounds for free.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they've decided to stay with it instead of going for the sequential saves.
So what are we going to see here? It is again a short B push from the Bruins with a couple of players. Toy trying to sniff it out. He's checking the angle, but no one's showing themselves just yet. So you won't get the information, but they're gathering up for an A hit, and they have a little bit of utility to back it up. And there's only 2 players defending right now. It's a B stack. Unless Scott Sterling has more heroics than the Deagle, this could be a big round.
Crazy pancake takes him a few shots, but he gets one off. The problem is didn't go for the reload. However, Scott Sterling's here once again. Not going to be able to find the impact he found in the last round, but his teammates are. Food is left alone trying to clutch the 1v2, and he's going to make a great judgment call here. Quickly wraps back downstairs. Oh, he's got to be careful with this, though. Gimp and Gosu are both still waiting for him upstairs. They haven't rotated yet.
Yeah, they can just chill like this forever until the bomb gets planted, or they spot something.
There's like 20 seconds left, too. Can't go back down now. He's committed to this. So he's going to go for CT side dice box plant. Just to find the spot first. And, of course, oh, it's a fake. He fakes it. He goes for the kills, but that is not going to work out too well.
The madness continues, Blue.
Yeah. Gosu takes him down. We continue to trade out rounds. The 4-round advantage for Baruch remains in power, though, until we can see the Bruins win a second round straight.
Will the madness in? Will Baruch save?
It looks like it. PT55 on 4 shots. So they're going to give it up finally. They're going to let the Bruins come back into this.
And I mean, you might as well, like, get your money established. You have the lead. You're pretty close to, you know, map point. So you can afford to do this round like this. And we'll just gather up together with a bomb into bathrooms.
Chen having to be a little bit careful here too about the peeking out like that, because Baruch are going for just a shocker entry onto the A site this time around, since they are on the eco anyway. Trade so far favoring into the favor of the Bruins, but with Sterling potentially going down in the second, that could change. Thankfully, they choose not to pursue the kill onto him, and Gosu just gets a nice lineup. 2 kills, pretty much gets the kill onto Toy as well. Just a matter of finishing him off now, and there you go. That's a nice quick retake coming in from the Bruins. They do allow the plant to go off, which is a bit unfortunate, but the retake thankfully is relatively easy.
Yeah, still able to save 3 guns over. Plenty of money going to be able to come in for the T side now, though, thanks to the 2-round loss bonus and the bomb plants. So they will definitely be able to get a nice full buy here with AKs. It will not include an AWP. So they will have some utility in AK's head armor. Op will get bought out by Ani-chan this round. See if he can put it to use as well as 4Shot and company did on the CT side of Baruch. They were so good at getting early AWP picks and getting early advantages. Can Bruins try to leverage that same idea? Certainly looking for it, but he won't spot anybody with an AWP. No one pushing out that far. Though Food actually already made it to Playground, I don't know if Ani-chan realizes that. Won't matter, he just backs off, and Scott Sterling finds the kill.
Knocks out the connector control too that the T's had up to a moment ago. So this is going to cause problems for, I think it's Food wrapping up on long A right now. If he decided to go back down and regroup, because now he's going to commit to the fight versus Scott Sterling. Thankfully, Scott Sterling took a whole load of damage from that fight. He's down at 40 HP. So in a direct 1v1, he should be pretty easy to take down. But remember, Food still has that position on long. And I think Oh, this could turn into something really nasty because there is no one watching.
Yeah,
A
it's
right
true.
now.
He can just walk in and clear it. But unfortunately, his team is capitulating over on the B side of the map before it might matter. He could still get a flank, though, and get us a couple surprises. Oh, never mind.
Nope, they're watching it.
The awareness.
Oni Chan spots it coming this time. I don't know if he made noise or if there was another cue to give it away, but either way, he checks the backside, knocks him out, and that leaves Toy alone. He's got these players low, though. Remember how quick Toy was to snap his aim to get some of these kills. Just like that. There's 1, 2, 3 more to go now. He's got to account for the construction player, however, so he can just push right up, kill him while he's planting. No, the advantage is not taken just yet. There's not a peek. He gives him time to be able to go out and take him down, but finally, partially through the safe box there, Oni Chan is going to be able to take him down. Those 3 kills are still massive, though, as that was looking to be a nice cleanup round coming in for the Bruins prior to that. But it didn't end up being the case. They went it with only 2 alive, so that is not going to build their economy up long term.
No, and because the bomb plant's coming from Baruch, as their loss bonus is building simultaneously, you're never going to get an easy round. You know, they're going to just keep being able to get these AK buys with utility and armor, and so you're never going to have that feeling of, okay, we get a free one here. You know, got to stop a plant to be able to do that. Unless Baruch wants to say they get an AWP in 4Shot's hands, which is possible, given that it is definitely his weapon of choice typically. And he hasn't had it yet on the T side. He's made great use of it on the defense.
Attack pause here as well, I believe, from Baruch.
I don't know.
Their
Could be
money's-
Bruins in this position too. It's time for everyone. Both teams could use this time well to really think about things. Because Bruins obviously they know they're on the verge of pulling off a huge upset. They already won the first map in the series. Baruch was a favorite to make the finals for sure, and now they are close to tying this game up and perhaps 2-0ing Baruch, which would have been unheard of if you would have said that before the tournament started. I don't think anyone would have thought that.
So UCLA still looking to complete their upset here on the second map and end this series now to claim their spot in the grand finals and potentially be able to earn that 10K first place prize money.
Yeah, of an overall 30K prize pool. Several thousand going still to every team that's come to this tournament. I think it's at least that, just for making it this far. So everyone's walking away with some extra cash in their wallet, but it's that prize of the first place and the trophy, the pride. Again, Baruch trying to win their second CSL title in a row after having won it last year. UCLA looking to make a crazy run if they win this one. A lot of storylines in collegiate esports being written here, as we do see the CZ buy from Baruch. So a middle-of-the-road approach for them.
I think that was part of what the pause was for, to try and figure out how exactly they wanted to play this economically. They had enough money to force. It was like right on the line, though. So they decided to take just a lighter touch this time, potentially give the Bruins a quick push up to an 11-12 scoreline, let them get that close. Maybe they can deal some good damage here still as well, and there's a good chance they're going to be able to do that. Crazy Pancake, actually, with a good judgment call here, decides to move back, realize that he could have been pinched from the entrance to long, and he was smart to assume that. Now, because he fell back, the rest of Baruch kind of got split up a little bit there. 4Shot got picked off, and it's just a 2v4 these guys are looking at. Granted, Toy has an AK to play with, but as soon as they are spotted, the rest of the CTs are going to pile right onto them.
Yeah, now you have Gimp and Crazy Pancake being able to play off of each other at long A as smoke even goes up. Might even let Crazy Pancake just retreat back into the site and play this as safe as possible. Looking to stick around and face him, though. And we do see Baruch looking to just kind of go in the bathrooms here with the bomb. Maybe try to avoid long A altogether. There's still one player in A site, though, that will be able to spot this. It's Gosu who's jump peeking. So all bases are covered, basically, from UCLA right now. Should be fine. Unless Toy just individually comes up with a big play.
Which we've seen.
Surely.
And he's actually going to get a pretty clean entry onto the site here, too. Gonna walk right in.
Oh, no! You hate to see that,
I
man.
think he was moving too much, so he couldn't control his aim. That was the problem right there.
Oh,
but he got so close to the kill, runs out of ammo, and then was it Gosu? Yeah, Gosu's teammate arrives like just in time to save his life.
I bet even he's not sure why he's still alive after that. Like, he's probably like, wait, what? I'm not dead? Okay, let me finish you off. Thank you.
So that is that 12-11 scoreline that we were talking about before. Baruch, of course, come back into it with a completely full buy, though. 4Shot gets off-end armor, just can't put utility behind it, but that's not going to matter too much, as they do still have the 4AKs with full utility backing that up, and that's all they need at this point.
Oh, big pick from Misaki there onto Gosu. At least Scott Sterling's able to trade it right back and stop the bleeding from going too far. And now Gip's looking for something crazy. He does get behind enemy lines here.
This is a massive position, especially because he should see 4-Shot walking back out. He's got a great potential to isolate the offense if 4-Shot doesn't check it, though, because look, he is walking towards that, but doesn't check the
bomb as well.
And that is, as you mentioned, the bomb gone down. Now the T's, who are still split up, I should mention here. Gimp again, smart decision, bails away from this. He can take a close fight. He can wait for them to take up a new position. He's got teammates with him now, too. Just secure this bomb and win out the round. That's all they got to do now.
They're doing really well repositioning, but that's a big kill onto Gimp from Dick Meister, but Scott Sterling's still over here towards the fountain, and he gets caught as well. What is going on? I thought, Ani Chan was going to be supporting the protector, but he decided to go ladder to try to flank. Just catches the wrong timing. Yeah, this is rough.
Quickly moves in to find the pickup, and then
wow.
Meister finding another one. There's Baruch right back into it, and they maintain their lead at 13-11, even after that massive fight. It kind of blows my mind that
they got picked off that fast.
Yeah, that they didn't have some. They weren't even. It didn't even seem like they were considering the watch down towards short there.
They just seemed a little bit separated too. Like you had one guy party, one guy like still towards playgrounds. Couldn't really trade off of each other. Man, that was rough because I thought they had that in the bag. I thought that was the tie game right there. They did so well to get the bomb down early like that, make a big play, and then just falls apart. Now they're trying to go for something crazy again. Maybe this time it'll work better.
Well, regardless, they are going to start to push forward pretty quickly here. The T's holding as well. They know that this push was coming. They expected an aggressive reaction to the events of the last round. However, there's some restraint from UCLA. They decide not to commit to it instead. Versace still got a chance to find some impact here. Quickly moves up to the top. Nothing is going to be in his vision path, though, as the Bruins have already fallen too far back.
Yeah, they will just get into more default positions over here on the side of UCLA. You do have one guy still forward at long at the flower pots, but not looking for any crazy peaks, just holding the angle with the UMP. But the problem is they're slipping up middle, and there's actually no one in the A-bomb site right now. It's 4 players on B. One is finally rotating back, but it's already kind of too late. He's already come up so far, and now the boys wreaking havoc on B. This is going to be a big problem for the UCLA Bruins. They have no read on what's going on now.
They're going to start getting picked off from long as well, and short. Versace running right in. Gimp finally catches the trade down on B, but it's too late. They've already improperly read the situation and rotated out to give them the free plant. So the round, I don't even see a wave yet for the Bruins to get back into this now with the 1v4 being a reality. Scott Sterling is going to have to fall back, try to save his rifle, and Baruch will go up to 14.
Yeah, and now it's getting even more. It's got to be more in the back of your head now that, man, we could have tied this game up 12-12. We blew a huge advantage, and now we've lost this round. And because of it, it's 14 for Baruch. And, I mean, the money on the CT side is not good. I mean, they only have a 2-round loss bonus coming up next round. Several of their players are under $500, but you still feel like you have to force buy because you don't want to give a free 15, right? Mm-hmm. So you're basically in a force buy to survive mode for the rest of this game, and only one player has money. So it looks very likely that we're going to see Cobblestone, that third map, having to come into play to decide things tonight.
Yeah, basically zero investment really coming out here for the Bruins, besides a couple Deagle pickups here. We should remind you guys that we saw players like Scott Sterling really showing up with a couple Deagle plays before, but this is still going to be asking quite a bit to have that kind of performance 2 times in one map.
It's got to be a bad taste in the Bruins' mouth. Remember, the first half there were so many clutch rounds that they could have won. They wound up losing the half 10-5. It very easily could have been 8-7 at the very least. Then, you know, they blow that 12-11 round. So, so close to the 2-0, man. So close to the 2-0, and now it's very likely that a third map is coming. And that's got to test your composure, right? An offline environment, you know how close you were. Can you keep your wits about you into a third map?
Pancake is going to get caught, pushed a little bit too far out from the flower box and got into an engagement. He knew he couldn't win. Tried to bail out from it. That ultimately sealed his fate. As he could, like I said, he was too far away from the flower box, so he couldn't get behind it in time. Already 1 kill going towards Baruch, and it looks like after a bit of a delay here, they're probably going to follow this up with just a straight A hit. They've already got a 2nd kill, too, against Gimp.
Yes, this round is getting close to being written off. Great work by really 4 players right now on Baruch are doing well. Only Baruch has been having trouble. Toy leading the way at 25 now after that frag.
From him. There's Scott. Hello. Finds a nice shot at the Toy, at least to finish him off. But it's still the unrealistic 1v2 that both of them are now looking at. or excuse me, 2v4 that they're both looking at. They have to go for it, though. Oni-chan with a nice lineup on his P50. The problem is he gets dinked as a result of it. He's down to 10 HP now. Stuck at that very low amount. And Scott has already given this up. He's going to be saving. So Baruch will be going up to 15. This is just Oni-chan trying to do as much damage as possible.
Yeah, it's an AK collected by Oni-chan. He's away with it. It's caught with this knife out. And so it is going to be 15-11 for Baruch. Just one step away from making this series go all three to decide who's going to face off Robert Morris tomorrow in the grand final.
Full buy, however, from the Bruins, so they do get one more shot at this. This is it. This is their all-in right here. Otherwise, they do have to get ready to face off on Cobblestone, that third and final map of the series. And on said opener, let's take a look here and see how exactly Baruch's going to manage it. Very slow, very quiet style of the play again. Just kind of slowly fanning out their players across the map. The problem is, though, is that there's not going to be room for trade, so these aggressive movements like we just saw there from Gosu are going to work incredibly well, as long as obviously you can win in the individual 1v1.
Yeah, 1-1 there, and he doesn't overextend either. He just backs up and says, okay, now we can play standard. We have a 5-on-4. And again, there's still a hope for them to win 4 in a row and force an overtime here. That's not out of the question. It's going to be difficult, but maybe checking off the first box on that list by getting that kill. The rest of Baruch are looking to stage up over here towards middle. They have the bomb as well over on the A side of the map. Crazy Pancake is playing a bit forward for information. Could at least see them cross that first layer of middle and get that intel and make the right call. Oh, wow. That's a battle he should be winning, but Versace somehow pulls it out.
Oni-chan now the last hope from inside of the site here, and he's only going to be able to put up one kill. The remaining 3 are still downstairs at B. They're going to have to rotate and try to commit to this as quickly as possible, but they've also got to be careful of aggressive tees. Versace, for instance, pushed up inside of the bank right now. Scott still being hesitant on his own push. The molly, oh, it actually even blocks Scott as well. That's unfortunate. And another one back with garbage steps is also going to hold them away, too. Again, start the push back up. Nope, tries to mask the pop flash, but it's not going to work. Boots still quickly knocks him out. Scott successfully gets his kill, and that's actually going to leave 4shot alone, but he has this very, very powerful position inside of the bathrooms. They don't have a way to restrict him. Out he goes for one pickup. Now he's just got to delay the final 1v1, but Scott trying to chase him down on the inside. It's a bit of a battle, but 4shot will win it, even though he had the perfect nade to take him down. It does not matter. Baruch will push forward, and with that, be able to take control of map number 2 in this series, tying us up at 1-1.
Yeah, so Baruch coming into this series as the favorite. They wound up dropping Inferno in a very close fashion. So it's 1-0 for UCLA. And then while we're on Overpass, for a while there, it looked like UCLA might have a chance. Like, there were so many close rounds in the first half. It looked way closer than 10-5. And then they were staging that comeback. But I think it really does go back to that round where it was 12-11 and they had the bomb down. And they were aggressive in like Fountain and Playground and such. They were in the back lines, and they just fell apart, and then it goes 13-11, and then that's the end of it, basically. It just felt like they ran out of gas. And so it is going to be 1-1 now. Now we're going to a third map, but before that, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be finishing off the night with our last game of the semifinals, so stay tuned.